The Unforgiven from Metallica's '91 Black album is one of those songs that has an amazing, very recognisable guitar solo. I suppose that and Nothing Else Matters are maybe the two standouts in terms of memorable solos on that album, but it's a great album. That's probably my favourite Metallica album. Great solos in two parts. First part's a clean tone, almost a bluesy tone, clean-wise. And the second one, obviously, he's crescendoing and he kicks in the distortion. Theme-wise, he's playing over the intro that you've heard. It's A sus2 to an A minor. And the first part of the solo, the clean, is just played over that thematically, so it's pretty open. But it's a minor sound. Scale-wise, it is in standard tuning, A minor. Scale-wise, he's using a Dorian. So shape-wise, I suppose I still, like many guitarists, tend to think around the minor pentatonic shape, but he's definitely using a Dorian. So he's bringing in the ninth, which is the B, and the major sixth, which is the F sharp. He also brings in some notes which I think at least once, which really sort of doesn't belong, but he plays it with confidence and it works well. So we'll look at that. It's a C sharp, so that major third. We'll look at that when it gets into the distorted part. Okay, so firstly, we're going to start with your pinky on 7th fret D string, and we're going to move up the A Dorian mode. Okay, so the phrasing there is, I suppose, what's important. So you're just moving up the scale. Little pick and hammer on and pull off. Okay. And again, if you're thinking tension and release, he's adding some tension by moving up to the fourth note, that D there, and he releases it coming back to the A there. So this solo I often think is of a call and response. He'll do the first part almost as a call, and as a response he'll come in with the next part. Think about that for the whole of that clean solo. It's interesting the way it's been constructed. It's very well put together. Okay, so the first part we looked at. The second part is using hybrid picking. So picking on the bottom, oops. But every note he's doubling the high E string, so you can use either your second finger or your ring finger to do that. So watch the right hand here. Okay, and again, phrasing wise, I'm sliding the 7th fret up to the 9th fret and then hammering on 5th to 7th. I played a bit slower. Okay, so that's the first two phrases, two pieces to that clean solo. The next one, again, it's this bluesy double stop slide idea. So he is 7 and 8, sliding up 2 frets, coming back down. Okay, then when he comes back down, he lifts off the 8th fret to hit 7 and 7 there. So he's bringing that F sharp in from that Dorian mode. Okay, hammer on, then pick straight away. So 7 up to 9 on the G string, then straight back down. Okay, 10 and 9, so again he's bringing in the 9 there, which is happens to be the 9th, the B note of A minor, A Dorian. Okay, then down a G triad, 7, 9, 10. Okay, next part is he brings in the blues scale, which is minor pentatonic with that flat 5. He leads into it from the G on the 3rd fret. Okay, 3, 5, straight up, A minor blues. Okay. Next part, again, the phrasing is interesting here. Very fast hammer and pull off. Okay, so we're on the G. Okay, and again, he's bringing in this tension because you're on an A minor chord. The 7 there is the 7th, the G rather, is the 7th, and it works. But again, he's building up some tension to release when the distortion comes in. It's an interesting way to look at the call and response of that clean solo, and that tension just within that clean part. Okay. Whoops. Okay, now that's the first part. Now he's got the ascending run. Okay, and again, it's A minor, A Dorian. Okay. Okay, to the B on the 7th fret to the 8th. Then your pinky to hit the 10th fret on the high string, keeping with the G, the 8th fret on the B string. Now slide it up 2 frets. Slide it up 2 frets. Slide it up 3 frets. Oops. And that is going up really the A minor pentatonic scale, apart from the F sharp there. So let me play that last bit. Oops. Okay, that's the first part, the clean part. Now let's have a look at the second part when he comes in with the distortion. Okay, so now the band is playing really that chorus part. It's all in A minor there, but there's more interest in the chords, I suppose, that's being played over. But he's still focusing on A Dorian, A minor, again, except for that note that I mentioned before, the C sharp, which really doesn't belong at all. You would expect a C in A minor, but it's really a passing note, and it just, I suppose it gives it a little bit of spice. Whether he did it on purpose or it was an accident and it just worked, who knows? Okay, so we're coming in and you're thinking A minor, and a typical thing you find a lot in that A minor shape. So the shape again, bending on the 9th fret on the G and B strings. Okay, and then slide bend on the C down to the A. Then he does a slide bend on the A and moves down the scale. Okay. Again, a bend on that C there. So it's just down the minor pentatonic scale. The next one is a nice run. He moves up and he's moving up A Dorian, hits the F sharp. Okay, there's a sort of pinch harmonics on the A there, but he's moving up, sliding up to the A, the 7th fret. 5 and 7 on the G string. And then he's moving up the A Dorian mode on the G string. Once he hits the A, he uses that as a toggle and hits the D, pinky, the 15th fret, then 13th fret, C, again on the B strings. Okay, then he moves up to the minor pentatonic shape up at the 17th fret. This guitar doesn't have a great reach, but anyway. So tone-wise, I've got some compression on here because this part here of the solo, he has a bit of sustain while he bends up to the high A and just releases it a little bit and then brings it back up to the A. Okay, when he moves up to the, what fret is that, 20th fret, he bends up beyond 2 frets, so he'll go up 3, almost as hard as you can. And then when he pulls off here, typical minor pentatonic, but he'll hit again that F sharp, that Dorian. Okay, so pull off 20 to 17, then 19. And then bend on the 20 up to 22nd, so you're bending up to the A. All right, Now comes a run down, which includes the note that really doesn't belong, which is the C sharp. So we're in A minor, so you're expecting a C. So that C sharp against the C is going to clash, but he does it quite quickly. It's a passing tone, and you really don't notice it unless you're looking out for it. But it kind of adds a nice little bit of spice. So this part, he's starting up on the 14th fret, so he slides up to 14th, which is the E on the D string. Then he hits the 14 on the G, then pulls off 15 to 14, and that's that 14 on the B string, that's the C sharp, which, doesn't belong. Okay. Okay. So pull off the 15 to 14, 16, 14, 14, 16. Okay, then you're pulling off 12 to 11. Okay. So he really just descends on the D string after you get past the first part. All right. Now he's got a little sort of motif that he does for however long. 14, 13. Okay. And then pull off 17 to 13. Note choice-wise, it's an A minor triad, A, C, and E, so it just works really well. But again, it's more that phrasing, it's more that rhythmic motif that, again, sort of brings some tension before he resolves it with the bend. Then he moves up and does, finishes the solo in that A minor pentatonic shape at the 17th fret. But this is actually the second time that he brings in a note that he hasn't done before. So he brings in the B, which is the 9th from the A Dorian mode. He does use the 6th, the natural 6th, the F sharp. But then right at the end, he plays an F. So he's mixing between A Dorian and A natural minor. Again, you probably don't really notice it unless you're looking out for it. But it is blending, I suppose, the two main minor modes that you would often see, which is interesting. Okay. So just a bend on the 19th. Just up the minor pentatonic. Then he goes up the minor, the A, B, C. Something that you would commonly see. So F. And that's the solo. So maybe rewind, slow it down. I didn't go through every single note for note, but hopefully, again, there's some interesting pieces in there. It's a great solo. Very much A Dorian for the most part. Brings in the C sharp, which is interesting, and the F right at the end there. Kirk Hammett, great solo, The Unforgiven. Hope you got something out of that. See you next time.